I hope so, because I really like it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Storytime today. I'll be turning up on Thursday. I hope you guys got your wine and got your snacks and are all comfortable, got your favorite blanket, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, you know what I need to do is I need to pick out my Glamour shot real quick. Okay, now if you don't know about this, if you would like to be featured as my Glamour shot of the day, then you send me your photo on Twitter or on Instagram using the hashtag Glamazon chat. Okay, let's go to recent. Oh, you're so pretty. As usual, before we get into today's story time, today's Glamour shot of the day is my gorgeous, beautiful girl. She goes by Remax on Instagram. Do you see her shirt? Yes, we are besties already. Thank you guys so much for always loving me and supporting me, standing by me. I would not be here without you, and I could not do all of this without each and every one of you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now let's get into the story time. This is the first time in a while that I'm telling a story that I haven't thought about the title yet, but I'm gonna figure it out, okay? If you guys have not been to our family channel, what you doing? I will link it down below and leave it here because a lot of fun shit is happening over there. I did a Target holiday haul recently and put up that video on that channel, right? While I was shopping with David and I was at Target, I was telling David about when I used to work at Target. Yes, I used to work at Target. This is where this whole story takes place, and this is what brought up this memory for me because I need to tell y'all the tea because it was absolutely ridiculous. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so this story takes place when I was 17, and I remember that because I was literally the youngest person that they hired. Usually Target doesn't hire anyone under the age of 18. Do not ask me why they accepted my application and why they hired me because, you know, I didn't really have a whole lot of retail experience at that time. I worked at Ross, y'all know that. Somehow, some way, I got this job at Target, right? You know, for the holiday season, for Black Friday, and you just get an influx of shoppers and customers during that time of year. So a lot of companies like onboarding a lot more people so that they have more support to handle, you know, those crowds and stuff for the holidays. So I was 17 and I was still with Robert's funky ass, okay? You know, I'm happy about it because it's Target, it's money, and they wanted me to help out in the jewelry area, okay? Like the accessories. And so I was like, yes, because I don't want to work with the groceries and I don't want to be working up in the furniture section. Like, let me be my favorite area in all of Target. I was like a part of soft lines, which is like clothing, jewelry, like everything else besides food and furniture. I was always the first shift in the morning, right? I'd be there right when Target opened and I would unpack all of the packages with all of the jewelry, and I would set up like the little displays or whatever in the jewelry area, and then I would go around and pick up, you know, when rude people go to a store and they look at a garment and they don't put it back on the hanger, they just leave it there on the floor. That was my job. I was that person that had to pick up that shit. If you were that person, chain. Most of the people that I worked with were really cool. It was either like older ladies that were about to retire, or it was like younger girls like me that were either in high school or right out of high school. So it was like this big age gap between some of us women, right? I got along with all of the older ladies, okay? Like, I don't know why, but I just get along with them. Me and one of the girls, we were cool, but two of the other ones, y'all, they just got on my nerves. Like, I don't even know how else to explain it. You know how sometimes just a person, like, their being just gets on your nerves? Like, you don't mean to be that way, but it just is what it is, and sometimes y'all's personalities don't mesh. That was what that shit was, okay? Out of those two girls, one of them was all right. Like, I couldn't handle her all the time. Like, it just, our personalities are just way too different. But the other one, let's see, what we gonna name her? We're gonna name her Becky, okay? We're gonna name her Becky. Becky was my coworker. Becky was 19 years old. So keep in mind, I'm 17. She is 19. She's 2 years older than me. Becky was a... y'all already know I'm not a mean person. I'm a real ass person. I'm gonna be real. She was a bitch. Like, I don't know how else to say it. She was never happy. She was not fun to be around. She was not easy to work with. Unprofessional all the time. And she was one of those girls that legit thought that she could just tell everybody what to do, okay? Becky had actually been working for this Target for almost 2 years. So she had started working there when she was 18 and she was about to be 20. So like she was coming up on her 2-year anniversary working at this Target. In comparison to us, she had seniority, I guess, because she had been there longer, obviously. I don't remember what the position was called, but Becky was that tier up from us new girls, okay? So that meant that like she was a person that we would go to with questions, or she was the person that we would go to for help or whatever. Well, Becky decided to take that and take it as she was our manager, and that's exactly how she treated us. And it was like myself and like a few other girls, and y'all, even the older ladies that they had hired for the season, like they hadn't been there that long either. It was even talking to them crazy, talking about, where are you supposed to be right now? Where are you supposed to be right now? Where's your area? We need to get there. Get there. She was that one. She was always trying to talk to people crazy, and it's just not necessary to be speaking to people that way. Because it was so early in the morning, it would be dead as hell in the store, and she still would be just, where are you supposed to be? What are you doing? You could never have a pleasant conversation with her. Got through Thanksgiving, and then we had Black Friday, y'all. Oh my God. So I worked at Target on Black Friday, and it was the most ridiculous thing I had ever seen in my life. Fast forward like another 2 weeks and we were somewhere in December-ish. I know Christmas hadn't come around. Like I said, I was with Robert's funky ass, okay? It was so early in the morning and nobody was there, y'all. When I tell you Target had just opened up and like maybe 2 or 3 people were roaming around the aisles like customers. I was, you know, in the lingerie section putting stuff up. When I would have a minute like between racks, I would make sure nobody was around or whatever. I'd pull out my phone, check it real fast, respond, put it back. We all do it. Don't sit up here and act like you don't, because I know you do. And we had gotten a new shipment of robes and we were putting those out on the floor. So I'm standing there by these huge robes, and like they're the big plush ones. So the rack of robes is like right beside me. So I'm like, oh, I'm not even visible. And I felt my phone going off and it was on vibrate, and I was like, whatever. So I keep working all the sizes together, whatever. And then I feel my phone vibrate again. I'm not even visible by the customers or whatever. Let me see what's going on. So I pull my phone out. I see that it's 2 text messages from Robert. And so, you know, I open it real fast and I think it's going to be the normal, hey, good morning, how you doing type of thing. It was some drama for your mama, for real. Like I didn't even, it was so stupid. Little mini story within the story, okay? I had this friend that I was friends with in high school, and he and I legit, we were just homies. He had moved from our high school, but we stayed in touch, okay? We only stayed in touch on Facebook, and like anytime we talked to each other, it was like, you know, on each other's pictures and like everyone could see it. We obviously were not hiding shit, okay? I don't know what happened, but Robert was on my phone freaking out about the fact that I had responded to that dude's picture the night before or whatever. And it was like legit a picture of him and his brothers. Like it wasn't even like, what you mean? I knew that guy before I even knew Robert. I thought that it was just completely ridiculous. Like I wasn't even about to give this the time of day. I texted him back something really smart ass, and I was like, what, the pictures of his brothers? Or like, what could I possibly have liked about that, Robert? Like really stop tripping. It was such a quick text, put it back in my pocket. And I look up and I see Becky across like the aisle from me, and she's in another section, but she could see me, and I saw her looking at me, and when I looked up, she looked away. So I was like, oh, hey, what's up, whatever. At this point, I'm annoyed. I didn't even pay attention to the fact that she was there. I was like, whatever. Fast forward like 2-3 minutes, and I'm still putting, you know, the robes on the rack. I look at my phone and I see it's from Robert, and I go to open the message, and somehow my phone disappears from my hand. And I look up and Becky had snatched my phone out of my hand. She had like rolled up on me. I didn't even notice her, okay? Like I was so frustrated and so annoyed by this whole shit that was happening with Robert's funky ass that I didn't even realize that she had like walked up on me like that. And she did. She plucked my phone right out of my hand. I already knew the policy. I already knew the rules, you know, no phones on the floor. So I was like, okay. So when she did that, I just looked at her and I was like, sorry, I know. I was like, I'm just dealing with, you know, some personal issues. It won't happen again. Yeah, you're right, Nikki. She was like, it's not going to happen again because I'm not giving your phone back until your shift is done. You can take it up with management if you would like and let them know that you had your phone out on the floor more than once, or I hold it, don't say anything, and I just give it back to you right before you clock out. I could see if I was like sitting there like just trying to hide out on work and not do my job. This girl put my phone in her back pocket. Okay. I was like, I'm not going to let you hold my phone until the end of my shift. I said, when my break comes around in a few hours, I need my phone back. I said, I'm not gonna let you have it this entire time. I was like, so, well, if I see you doing better on the floor, then maybe we can discuss you having your phone back during break. When she said that, she walked away. Like, while she was saying that, she was walking away. I'm getting my phone confiscated by a 19-year-old busybody ass girl. All she did was walk around the whole store and just tell people what they were doing wrong and walk away. Like, that's all she did. The rules in school were more lenient than this shit. Like, what is this? So I was conflicted at this point because I can either go to my managers, but then yes, I will have to explain how I was on my phone for 2.5 seconds, or I let old girl have my phone until break, which is like 2.5 hours away, and I get my phone back, right? Now I know Robert's tripping. I don't have my phone. I can't respond to him, so he's probably gonna trip even more. Next 2 hours were like the hardest 2 hours of my life because, like, that's your phone, you know? You, like, when somebody else has your phone, like, that has your entire life on it. We used to have like these little walkie-talkies, and we would, you know, tell everybody that was on our team that we were going to break, right? So they would all hear it, and then they would make sure to cover, you know, my area of the store while I'm on my break. I walk in, I let them know, hey, I'm going on my break. As soon as I get on my walkie-in, I tell them that I'm going on break, my ass is on a mission to go find Becky around the store. Every single person that was working with us has a walkie-talkie. That's how we communicate with each other, right? So I know that she heard me when I walked in and told everybody on our team that I was going to break. So that means, Becky, you need to come out the woodwork and give me my phone. Y'all, I start asking everybody, have y'all seen Becky? Have y'all seen Becky? I got tired of looking for this girl. I need my phone now because I don't even know what's going on in my relationship at this point. After a few minutes of trying to look for her, and I was like wasting my own break time trying to look for, I got back on my walkie and I said, hey, I'm trying to locate Becky. Has anybody seen her? My manager walkies in and she said, oh yeah, she just took her break 15 minutes ago. She took her break and didn't even walk in. I had no idea that she was on break. Becky knew exactly when I had my break. It was the same time every single day, and she went on break on purpose so that I couldn't get my phone back by the time I went on break. She used to leave Target. She used to, like, you know, go into the shopping center and stuff, and so she wasn't even in the store. Y'all, I started losing my shit. I started losing my shit, and I'm like, what you mean she's on break? Like, how does nobody know this? So I go into the break area, and they have like all of our lockers and stuff, and I sit there, and I literally sit right by the front door, which is where you need to come in order to clock in and out, even for your breaks. Y'all, I sat right there and I faced that door, and I was like, the minute she walks in, I'm gonna get my phone back. I told you I'm gonna need my phone back during my break, and you decided to leave. So now I'm pissed, and I'm making it so obvious that I'm pissed. Every single person that's walking by, I'm going like this. And like, people were like, hey, are you okay? What's the matter? I'm just waiting for Becky. Have you seen Becky? You know where Becky is? Let Becky know I'm looking for her. Let her know she needs to be here like now. So I'm sitting there. Fast forward like 10 minutes. I'm just sitting there. I didn't eat nothing. I didn't drink nothing. I didn't do nothing. I just sat there. This girl walks into the door, and I immediately stand up, and I'm like, hey, where you been? She started like trying to talk to me about where she had gone. I said, never mind. I was like, give me my phone. Give me my phone, Becky. Where's my phone? I thought you and I agreed that you're not getting your phone back until the end of your shift. No, we did not. We did not agree on that. I said, and I told you that I could not be without my phone for that long because there are some personal matters happening. I said, and you're not going to hold on to my property like that. So I'm going to need it back now. I start talking all out because at this point, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Like, okay, I was on my phone on the floor. Didn't nobody else see it. Y'all want to reprimand me for it? Do that. But I'm going to need my shit back. I'm gonna need my personal item back now. Thank you. She's like, well, I don't have it on me. What you mean you don't have it on you? She goes, I accidentally left it in my car. you accidentally left my phone in your car? She was like, yeah, Nikki, because I thought that I wasn't giving it back to you until the end of your shift. You and I are working until the same time today, so I figured I could just give it to you out in the parking lot. Y'all, she was trying to be so nonchalant about this. Am I crazy? Am I absolutely insane right now? Would you allow your coworker to take your phone and like you don't even know where it's at and like they just have it wherever, and then you tell them that you want it back and then they say no, not until later? Like, because y'all, I was losing my shit. She starts trying to get around me to like get to the lockers to put her stuff in there, and I said no, and I stepped in front of her. I said, we can go to the parking lot now to go get my phone. For what? If you're going back to work? I said, because I need my phone, Becky, because it's mine, and you need to mind your own goddamn business, okay? Even if I want to put it in my locker, I want my phone now. I feel like you're being really hostile right now. She was like, I think that we should get a manager involved. She was almost threatening me like, okay, well, if you don't start behaving and being quiet about this, I'm gonna go tell the manager. I absolutely agree, Becky. I was like, let me go get Linda real fast. Linda was our supervisor. There's a hallway and it's full of like little offices, you know, for the managers and stuff. Y'all, I'm not playing. I have no problem sitting there and being like, look, be it as it may, I still need my shit. It's still my property. It's still mine. She took it and I don't know where it's at. She don't want to give it back to me, so I need my shit now. It's ridiculous. Like, I could see if I got caught on the floor or whatever and then they tell me to put my shit in my locker, okay, fine. Like, for you to just sit up here and take my shit, no, that's not gonna happen. So I start walking down the hallway. I didn't get 5 feet away from her. Now, let's not bother her, okay? It's really busy right now and she's like been running around all day. Let's just go to the parking lot, Nikki. Y'all, she was trying to take her time. She put like her purse in her locker and got her keys out and shut the door, and I was like, Becky, I don't have all day. You think I got all day? I said, if I'm late for break, I'm just gonna let them know that you're holding me up, so go ahead, take your time. She starts speed walking because she don't want to be the reason why I'm late, because I am. I will sing like a canary. I'm tired of your shit. You're gonna give me my stuff now, like I said. So she goes to her car, opens her passenger side. Y'all, she had just thrown my phone into her middle console. It was like what, like old fast food wrappers and napkins and shit around it. Ugh. And so she like gets it out of her console and I'm standing in the doorway of her door of her car, like, so she can't get around me. And so she turns around and I'm like right here and she like goes to hand me my phone. I was like, thank you. And I just like snatched it the same way she had snatched it from me this morning. I snatched it right back. I didn't wait for her. I didn't walk in with her. I just like left her ass in the parking lot. I was like, I don't have time for this shit. I look at my phone and I see that Robert has texted me like 6 or 7 times. So worried about it that instead of texting him, I called him to like calm him down, because I don't even know why he was tripping like that. I had to like put out that fire, and then, you know, I went back to work and I kept my phone in my back pocket. Try it again. Take my shit again and see what happens. So fast forward like another month or so, right? And Becky had her locker. Everyone knew that it was her locker. It was actually her assigned locker. She wasn't there for like a good 3-4 days. So I started asking around like with my coworkers and I was like, hey, have y'all seen Becky? One of the girls that I worked with, she was like, oh my God, you didn't hear? And I was like, hear what? And she was like, girl, she was stealing. What? She got caught with a bunch of shit in her locker. She's like, I don't even know why she put it in there. She was trying to leave one night, I guess, and like they caught her somehow, and she had like a ton of shit, like not just in her locker but also in her car. She would steal it off the floor and then put it in her locker in Target. So like it wasn't leaving the building, you know what I'm saying? Like she would steal like a lotion and put that lotion in the locker and then use it every day, you know, like. Then she was like taking some stuff out to her car and then just leaving it in there. She was going into the fitting room and like putting clothes on underneath her uniform and like walking out with them to like steal clothes. Basically, in a nutshell, this freaking klepto had my phone, and I'm pretty sure, like, I wouldn't put it past her that that bitch was trying to steal my phone. I feel like it was really hard for me to like pin her down to get my shit back. Like, she just did not want to give it back. And then I find out that she's been sitting there stealing. She used to help me sometimes like put up displays in the jewelry case just to be like all up in my shit. And like while she was helping me, she was stealing my inventory and I had no idea. It wasn't the best decision for me to be on the phone while on the floor. I get that. However, I was 17 years old. There was hardly anybody in the store. I still to this day don't believe that that warranted my coworker, who was 19, might I add, that was not my direct superior, to be taking my property and keeping it for an extended period of time. That's actually not the only story that I have with that girl. I actually caught her doing some some things back in the back room. But if you guys want to hear that story, let me know down below. That is a story about the time that my coworker tried to steal my shit. Like, honestly, I know she was. I know it. Like, there's no other reason why that needed to happen at all. Anyways, that is today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up to let me know. If you guys aren't already subscribed, please don't forget to hit that huge subscribe button. We are so close to 600,000. I'm so excited. Before you guys go, huge news. Y'all, David and I have been working so hard on something so special for you guys, and I'm so excited to announce that new merch is coming out, y'all. New Glamour merch is coming out, and I'm so excited. We've been working on this for months, and I think you guys are gonna love the pieces that we're coming out with, and it's gonna be released really soon. I will have a release date for you guys in the next few days. But yes, girl, new merch is coming out right in time for Christmas, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. So get ready, okay? But I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Peace out.